Hey everybody, Sander here. No, it's been forever since a video, as per usual. I just wanted to talk for a moment about how it's 2022 and yet there is still so much ignorance and hate towards the LGBTQ community. So, if you were able to watch my other video, which was 18 and out, I mentioned I was working for an assisted living facility. I'm not anymore. It's a very long and upsetting story as to why I'm not there anymore. So I'm just going to skip over why I'm not there. But say there's one reason that I am happy I'm not there. I mean, part of me is really upset that it didn't work out because I loved those residents like they were my own grandparents. And I loved feeling like I had a purpose. And I got to really be there for them in some ways that other people weren't because I understood them more than some people. However, my coworkers were horrible. And this next bit, it really happened. So one of them was getting married. She's married by now, but at the time we were having a bridal shower, including the residents, like, whoever wanted to come on staff and all the residents over there. And we were playing games, as one often does at a bridal shower. One of the games we're doing is the alphabet game, which is, you have the subject and have to come up with stuff relating to the subject, starting with that letter. So naturally, our subject was, of course, wedding. We get to the letter G, and my coworker says, well, groom, obviously, because you can't have a wedding without a groom. So my lesbian ass is in the corner, and my jaw just dropped. I was like, did I just hear this person right? That you can't have a wedding without a groom? It is 2022. How long has gay marriage been legal in the US? How long has there been gay marriage by now? Like, it's a thing. Hello? Like, it exists. Lesbian weddings exist. I don't even think they knew lesbians existed until I came along because they were all asking me a million times, do you have a boyfriend? What about this? Right here. Says cishet. Anything? I'm hoping not, because seriously, like, if that is the case, then I really need to work on my image here, because I am not a straight cis person. And here I am, surrounded by my coworkers. These people are in our generation, okay? Like, I could see the residents thinking that. They're 70 plus. They're a different generation. These coworkers were, like, close to my age. I mean, the one getting married was only probably 5 years younger than me. So, and they all start agreeing. The whole room starts agreeing with this. Of course, groom, of course. Can't have a wedding without a groom. And I'm just like in the corner thinking, by now they know I'm a lesbian and I'm here. Hello. Hi. I just was speechless, completely speechless, that in today's day and age, there's a room full of people that say you can't have a wedding without a groom. Like, I was engaged to be married, okay? I don't know if I've mentioned that on here before. I was very young. I was like 19, 20 years old. And I was engaged to be married. I was living with her and everything, So, like, hello? I've been engaged to be married before. Like, women can get married to other women. It can happen. But no. These people, and trust me, the second they found out I was a lesbian, like, it got pretty awkward. So, in that regard, I'm glad I'm gone. Because there were times I just went to the bathroom and, like, hid for a little while. And I was texting, like, my friends and my mom, and I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna explode in here. Like, I am gonna break down at this point because of these idiots I work with. So, I am glad to be away from them, but like I said, I am heartbroken. They did not let me say goodbye to these people. I had, let's see, it was 8 residents. 8 residents I took care of. I mean, care of. Like, wiping their bottoms care of. And I didn't even get to say goodbye. So, really shitty place to work. Terrible people working there. So, if you ever are in Maryland, do not go to these people. But anyway, so that was the first thing. So I thought, okay, well, I got a new job. I'm back to delivery driving, but for a different place. And I thought, okay, I'm working with some new people. They should maybe be more open-minded, right? No. No. So I work for technically 2 locations. There are 2 stores, like 3 miles away from each other. So I deliver for both. Um, thank God I have been working mostly at one of the stores instead of the other one. But occasionally, like I had to today, for example, go and pick up a delivery for them down there. And so the other day, I go down there to pick up a delivery for them. And it wasn't quite ready yet, so I'd kind of hang around. They were in the middle of a heated debate about how Disney is hoping to incorporate more LGBTQ stories and characters like over the next 5 years, and whether or not that's right or wrong. So I'm going to say right now, this debate, I did not want to get involved at all. And honestly, when it comes to Disney doing that, is there an ulterior motive where they're just doing it because they know they can make money and, be hip or whatever, versus really wanting to show true representation and support our community? I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into the reasons behind it or the politics behind it. I'm just saying the fact of there being gay and trans and such characters in Disney films. Everybody in the store was flipping out and saying nothing but hateful things. One lady was like, I don't want any of my children, from my 2-year-old to my 12-year-old, being exposed to that. It's too young. It's disgusting for them to be exposed to such things. And everyone's agreeing, and it just got really nasty. So I was hiding in the delivery area away from the kitchen area because I was like, don't drag me into this. Do not drag me in. Please do not drag me into this. So then my coworker comes over and purposely drags me into it. What do you think about it? So I just said, well, they're my people. LGBTQ, they're my people. And it doesn't bother me if they want to put it in Disney. That doesn't bother me. Because, I'm part of the community. It's whatever. And the guy was like, oh, they're your people? Well, I guess, do what makes you happy. I have gay friends and all, but, I would never want to be part of that community. And then got really snarky with me, what are, your pronouns then? And it wasn't done in a respectful way. It was more teasing and being snarky about the fact that my pronouns, I guess he got the vibe. I know one of my coworkers did. She was a lesbian. She was married. And she knew, the second she met me, she's like, what are your pronouns? She knew immediately that I was not cis. And I was like, oh, she, her, or he, him, whatever you feel like using. She's like, okay, cool. But this dude was really snarky about it. And I was kind of pissed off the rest of the day. Because I just was like, in today's day and age, again, it's 2022. And yet there's still all these people just flat out hating on our community. And it's like, why? What is so terrible about 2 people loving each other? What is so terrible about someone identifying as who they are? Who are we hurting? What negative thing here are we doing? Love is love. And I can't believe people are so judgmental and think, that I'm going to hell because I love women, or because I don't have, that I'm not cis, that I'm not just she, her all the time and Shelly all the time. So that was really hard. And then my mom supported them when I told her I was upset, which got me really mad. She's like, well, kids are impressionable. Mom, I watched straight cis people my entire childhood. We didn't even talk about gay people in my house. It didn't even occur to me until I met someone that I fell in love with that I would be anything but, straight and cis. It didn't even occur to me until I started meeting people in the community and stuff. So I'm like, Mom, it didn't turn me straight. It didn't make me cis. It's not gonna, and she said, well, it might inspire them to experiment more. So what? So what if they want to experiment? How else are they going to know? Straight people experiment all the time. It's just... So then I got mad about that. But it's she ended up apologizing because she was like, you had a lot of really good points. I'm like, yeah. But it's so bad, still, to this day, with the gender stuff especially. Like for example, I was at work, I was in the bathroom washing my hands, getting ready to go back to work from my break. And this lady opens the door, sees me, backs out, closes the door. And I'm thinking, I'm the only one in here. Like, does she not realize the stalls are open or like what's going on? Because, of course, I'm in the women's room. And she was reading the sign to be sure it was the women's room. So then she opens the door and says to me in a very angry voice, "Isn't this the women's bathroom?" Because, I got this new haircut. It's fresh. I like it, but it is definitely a guy haircut because that's what I prefer. And so then when I turned around to talk to her, I've got double D's, y'all. Like, and they make us tuck our shirt in. So these things are bursting. Like, they are ready to just explode. Like, I'm surprised my shirt holds them in, to be honest. And once I turned around and she saw them, and I said to her in this voice, "Yes, this is the ladies' room, ma'am." She realized it was, but then she came in and she was basically doing like a Mission Impossible against the wall away from me, like, easing around me like I had some kind of terrible disease. So I was like, how is it so horrible that there are people out there that don't subscribe to what is expected of in gender? There are women who are masculine. There are men who are more feminine. How is that a bad thing? How is that wrong? Why can't guys wear dresses and have long hair? Why can't women have short hair and, wear suits? Like, how is there an issue there? I do happen to not be cis, so, but it makes me very uncomfortable when people freak out when I'm in the bathroom. It's happened so many times. I think I even did a video on it. And it's like, I'm already uncomfortable in the women's room. Would I rather be in the men's room? Honestly, yes. I know that I think I said in one of my videos too that was one of the moments when it really clicked with me that I'm not cis, is the bathroom situation, because I really wanted to go in the men's room. Like, I was in the library and I really needed to go to the bathroom, and I wanted so badly to just go into the men's room. Same with like dressing rooms. I just want to go to the men's. Like, I don't want to deal with the women's. I'm uncomfortable in there already. So when people draw attention to the fact that I'm not really something that seems to belong in a women's room, it hurts. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. And again, look what year it is. Look at what point in time we are in. Shouldn't we be moving past the whole you gotta look like a girl to be a girl kind of thing? Like, can't we move past some of these gender role crap that we're always talking about? Like, I know my parents are like, well, to be a man, you need to be a manly man. And it's like, guys, some of the best dudes I've ever met are sensitive guys that are on the more feminine side, that like to have nail polish or long hair or whatever. And so it's frustrating to me that people are still so hung up on stuff that's been around forever. Like, people throwing religion at you every 5 seconds. They're hung up on this book that is ancient, that wasn't even written by God. It was written by men, and men with bias. And people are just clinging to it for dear life. And now, mind you, I'm a Christian. I am very Christian. I believe, but I don't believe in the Bible personally, because it was written by men, as I just said. I think there's so many flaws in it that it's just, and yet people just use it for everything. You can find an excuse for anything in the Bible. You can make it mean anything you want it to mean. And people are holding on to that for dear life in 2022. So I just wish that we could just get past all this crap and realize what is so horrible about the LGBTQ community. What are we doing? It's so terrible. We're not out there committing crimes and carrying on and doing all this horrible stuff, and all we are is filled with love. Like, that's what we are. And we should be able to love who we love and be who we want to be. So anyway, long video here, and I could keep going because I've had so many experiences lately. Like, I went to an open mic for the first time in 2 years. I finally found one around here, and I told them I was Sandra Mason, and they laughed at my name. Like, they were like, "Oh, what is that, a stage name?" Like, yeah. And then of course all night I got female pronouns all night, and it's like, yep, never even got Sandra right. The whole time I was there, they never got Sandra right. They kept saying my name totally wrong. So it's just closed-minded people in an age when so many things are changing and eyes and hearts and minds and souls should all be open, but everybody's still shut in. So anyway, this is a very long video because I'm so passionate about all this crap. But I hope y'all are doing well. I'm gonna try to see if I can do some more fun videos soon, but with my work schedule now and the fact I have a new novel coming out later this year, I am so swamped. Like today, I have shorter hours just because I'm going on a trip tomorrow, so my hours have been cut this week since I asked for time off. So I've had a chance to do this. But anyway, thank you so much for subscribing. Stay you. Big heart to all y'all, and I'll catch you later.